All right, greetings and salutations, everybody. Appreciate you joining me for Wellness Wednesday from YouTube, Skool, Instagram, and Facebook. So I appreciate all of you guys joining me today. Well, today I won't be long at all because I've got a ton of work to do to bring to you guys as I'm working on something really big and really special. So just get your notebooks out really quick, and we're going to be quick and fast. And yeah, and that's it. We're going to get out of here. So today is kind of off the cuff. I really didn't plan a whole lot before today because I'm actually in the middle of, I just hired another coach, and I just understand the importance of investing in myself, which is investing in my business, which is investing in you guys for betterment of your health. And I just wanted to stress how important that is. And this is actually my third coach. The first coach I paid multiple. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you how much I've invested, but it's been a lot. And in addition to the thousands of dollars, I've also invested 8 years of school getting my PhD in this field. If you don't know, if you're new, I have a PhD in educational psychology and research with the focus on the psychology of eating. So the best way I can describe that is what my clients call me. They refer me as AA for food. Okay? So you may not have a true food addiction, although some of my clients do. You listening, you may have eaten and you weren't hungry. Okay, so that's like a little bit of a level below a food addiction. You know, if you've ever eaten and you weren't hungry, if you've ever eaten because you were stressed or emotions kind of took the best of you, if you've ever eaten just because it was there, just because someone asked you, "Are you hungry?" and then all of a sudden you got hungry, that's what I kind of help you control. All right. So with that said, like I said, I have invested multiple thousands of dollars in my business in order to get you guys the best information that I can possibly. And in addition to that, all the years that I spent in school, and also the years that where I had to overcome my food addictions myself. So, as Biggie said, I'm not only a client, I'm the player president, but I'm not only the president, I'm also a client. Okay. So, in order for me to help you guys, I believe the best way to help you is to have gone through these things myself. And you're looking at and potentially speaking to a black woman that was raised in the deep south, and I was raised on chitlins, bacon, hog log, everything on the pig from the rooty to the titty. And now I have retrained my brain to no longer desire any of those foods. Like none of it. Like, yeah, I don't want any of that stuff. Okay? So if I can do that, then I can help you overcome your addictions, whether it's sweets, which I also had sweet teeth, not just one sweet tooth. I had sweet teeth because I had to have something sweet all day long. And I've overcome that as well because part of that is retraining my brain. And the other part of that is supplying my body with the minerals that my body is truly asking for. So a lot of times we reach for sweets like chocolate, if chocolate is your addiction. A lot of times your body is truly asking for magnesium. And other ways to get magnesium is from the mineral itself. My favorite way to get magnesium is through sea moss because sea moss provides 92 of the 102 minerals that we need per day. So it also helps me with my other cravings. Um, uh, Greasy fries, potatoes, uh, comfort, creamy foods, things of that nature. Your body is truly asking for minerals instead of the actual food itself. Now, why do you reach for those foods? That's because you've trained yourself to reach for those foods because that's the only way that you knew how until now, right? So if you're joining from YouTube, if you guys can hit that subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. I am just a couple of people away from hitting 4,000 subscribers. So I thank you guys so much for joining me from there, and also Facebook, Instagram, and my schoolers. So appreciate you guys. Um, So yeah, so back to the whole investing in myself. Like, I want to ask you guys a question. How long have you been on the struggle bus for your health? How long have you been trying to, get down to a certain weight and maintain that weight? How many times have you tried to lose weight and you've gotten there, and then, you just kind of fell off, and then you started overeating again? How many times have you done the kind of seesaw back and forth with your health? Anybody want to say? All my life. Wow, right? All of your life. Well, God bless you so much for being honest with us, and I appreciate that. And that's the struggle for a lot of people here tonight. Okay, a lot of people have struggled with their weight all of their lives, and I'm not the one to tell you what to eat and what not to eat. Okay, that's for a nutritionist or a dietitian. What my job is to help you look at those foods that you know are good for you, and continue to love those foods that love you back. All right. So a lot of us already know fruits and vegetables is what we're supposed to eat, right? Who doesn't know that fruits and vegetables are good for you? Well, one, let me tell you this. Just because broccoli is good for me, that doesn't mean that it's good for you. Kale, I love it, but it may bloat you. Okay? So just because it's labeled a fruit or vegetable does not mean it's good for you. So I offer a food sensitivity test inside of my program. And just to let you know, like, what foods may bloat you or irritate you or cause this eczema or cause, you to bald, your hair to thin, all kinds of things. Okay? Because we're not copy and paste bodies. So again, what's good for me may not be good for you. So you can take the food sensitivity test for that. That's on my website. Thank you for asking. Let's get into that. It's at drdenisithinks.com, which is DRDENISE thinks.com. Okay, and it's called a food sensitivity test. It's on sale right now for $129, and it comes with an hour-long consultation with me, so I can help you not only read the results, it's pretty pretty easy to read it and whatnot, but I also help you with your next best plan of action. Okay, so I don't want to just give you and say, hey, these foods are great for you, these foods are not so great, they love your gut, they don't love your gut, all that kind of stuff, and good luck with that, right? Because there's a lot of foods that's going to come on there, or it's going to show up in the results, and you may be like, oh, that's one of my favorites. So I'll give you guys an example. Grapes right now, my gut does not like it. I can eat 2 grapes and literally bloat, and just my belly look like I swallowed a watermelon. Okay, but what I'm doing right now is I'm fixing that issue with some herbs. And so the good thing about it is that just because your system may not like it right now, that doesn't mean it's a forever sentence. So you can actually fix that. And I have a master herbalist on my team that can help you with that particular situation. Okay. So it's not a lifelong sentence. But so sorry. Back to the whole investing in yourself. One of you guys commented and said, a couple of you guys actually commented and said, you've been struggling with your health forever, or for a very long time. Okay. So one thing that I would suggest to you guys is stop chasing all of these fad diets. If you look back 20 years ago, and things that were popular 20 years ago are not popular today. They probably didn't even make 19 years of popularity. They probably didn't make a year of popularity. Why? Because it's all about the fast dollar. It's all about instant gratification. Things that are going to give you instant gratification will leave you just as quick as it came. So I want you to think about that. If someone is a coach or someone is promising you lose 10 pounds in 10 days, that's probably not what the direction that you want to go. And unfortunately, I see that mindset all the time. I saw it a lot. I see it a lot in my threads. Somebody wanted to lose, literally, I think she said 10 pounds, no, 20 pounds in 10 days. And I'm just like, you know what? That could be done, maybe, but that's probably not the right way to go because, like I said, just as quick as you lose weight, you're probably going to gain it back even quicker. Okay, so invest in the right things. I know, people are very interested in like getting a quick summer body. You're probably not going to enjoy your summer very much because if you are just trying to do something very quick and in a hurry, it's not going to be an enjoyable time. So I'm all about slow progress, which if you call 13 weeks slow progress, maybe. But I'm retraining your mind to actually not desire snacking so much, which gives you pounds and pounds of unwanted weight. I'm retraining your mind to actually love fruits and vegetables. So that actually helps you shed the weight. It actually gives you so many other benefits. Your acne, eczema. I get people with eczema all the time. So many different ailments that people come to me for, and it ends up helping them with 20 other things. Very opposite of what these so-called medications are that we see a lot. Completely opposite of that. You go and take those medications for one thing, and then 20 other things end up getting messed up on your body. When you eat natural and do natural things, the opposite happens, okay? But you wouldn't know what to do or what to take if you don't invest in yourself and invest in the appropriate places. Now, I'm not claiming to be the best coach for you. I've had 3 coaches myself. And luckily for me, all those 3 coaches, they were actually excellent. Just the first 2 that I've had, they weren't able to take me to where I wanted to go. I mean, they provided so much information. I was like, I can't do all of this. And so I need to scale back and actually hire some people to get all these things done. But I want to do actually everything myself because I want to see the slow growth and I want to see and know as much as possible of the things of my business on the back end. So when I start to hire people, they won't be able to tell me anything. They won't be able to tell me excuses. They won't be able to, give me that BS, right? Because I'm already experiencing that now. So I already know what to look for once I start, delegating these tasks. So anyway, I, again, the things that I'm learning with this coach right now, shout out to Lily Invest. She played basketball at Stanford and also Notre Dame. And she has multiple successful businesses. And I'm looking forward to learning more from her. Like, matter of fact, like I am, she is doing her thing. She is, I'm learning so much from her. And there's some things that I was doing today on the back end of my Facebook where I was just like, I've never heard of this before. I would have never known how to get to this and that if it wasn't for her coaching. Now, can I take some more time and learn this on my own? Sure. But I'm at the point where just like, you know what? I'm ready to take off in my business. I'm ready for more of you guys to experience my 13-week step-by-step program. And speaking of the step-by-step, what attracted me to Lily is because she gives you step-by-step what to do. She doesn't just say, hey, you should start running ads. Hey, you need to label this title for your post next week or whatever. No, she tells you step-by-step what to do, and she is kind of like holding your hand. And if you get stuck, she's available pretty much most of the time. She responds very quickly and helps you get out of your rut. So she reminds me of the type of coaching that I provide, but for health. So if you want to continue, having health problems all your life and struggling and getting frustrated, I mean, obviously be my guest. I can't tell you what to do. But if you want to reach your health goals faster, the money that you invest well, you will actually get a bigger return back from it on the back end a lot quicker than just frustrating yourself with all these years of ups and downs, things that don't work, and all this kind of stuff, right? When you invest in my program, I actually show you how you get every single dollar back and more. And an example of that is, so again, I help you reduce your emotional eating and your cravings, right? So I have you start out doing a budget on how much you spend on food, groceries, and also snacks. I once had a client, well, she's still a client, but when she first came to me, she spent $750 a month just on snacks. Just on snacks. That is how much per year? Nearly $10,000 per year. My program is now $5,000. That not only gets you to the 13-week step-by-step program, but it also gives you a year worth of therapy. Because, and a lot of people always ask me why therapy? Therapy because a lot of times our food choices are influenced by what we're going through, right? Okay, I see some hearts going up. Yes, right? If you're stressed out, do you think you're going to come home and reach for a bowl of kale? Actually, I do now. That's what I love. I love foods that love me back. But before I did the training, before I graduated and get my PhD, I wanted cookies and chips. Chips and cookies. They used to call me the Cookie Monster. That's all I wanted when I was stressed out. So if you don't know this about yourself, if you don't know the proper steps to retrain your brain, you're going to consistently get frustrated and want to rely on these pills for the rest of your life. Do you want to do that? If popping pills is for you, I'm not the kind of coach for you. I can go ahead and eliminate myself now. Okay? That I'm not the coach for you. If you want that kind of route, hey, go ahead and be my guest. Do that. But I'm not the coach for you. Okay? I'm the coach that does retraining your brain to see food for what it is. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. All these commercial ads for food, and my favorite is the cheese pull with the pizza and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, I can help you retrain to see it for what it truly is. Okay? If that hits you a little bit, and if that is you and you're just like kind of find yourself salivating after you see some of these commercials, hit the hearts for me. Okay, hit a thumbs up for me, or hit the subscribe button if you're joining me from YouTube. Okay, if those food commercials hit your soul and it just hits you in a place where you're just like, oh my gosh, I want this food, let me know. Okay, yes, let me know. All right, hit the subscribe button, please. Um, Let me give you a little bit of piece of advice for one. All right, a lot of times we eat with our eyes, and we also eat by memory. What do I mean by that? If we see a pizza commercial on TV, a lot of times we're eating, or we want that pizza that we see, is because we're calculating like a memory of the last time that we had pizza. And usually it's not the taste that we're thinking about. We're thinking about the actual event. We're thinking about the people that we were with. We're thinking about the place that we were. We're thinking about the drinks that were had and the music that was played and all these other things and memories that play a role into us thinking that we want that pizza. Okay? I help you see all of those things because I've trained for it for almost a decade. Now, again, if you want to take a decade to figure this out yourself, by all means, please go do it. But just think, if you invest $5,000 in yourself, let's just say today, 3 months from now, you're going to be at a place to where you're like, you know what? It's not going to be a place of perfection. I'm not trying to promise that. Okay. But it's going to be such a huge difference where you're going to be like, that I don't even want that anymore. Just like I am now. I have a client now and she tried everything. And she's just like, when she first came to me, she was like, can you really help me? I'll never forget. She was like, can you really help me? I just felt the pain in her voice. And I felt her just saying, like, you know what? I don't want to pay for another thing that's not going to work for me. Okay. Her name is Jennifer. She's a real client. You can join my school right now to see if she's a real person. Ask her. She's available to ask any questions that you may have. I love her to pieces, and she's been amazing, posting every day about her success and her excitement and all this kind of stuff. So, but anyway, she sees food for what it truly is. It's either life or, yeah, the other side. Okay. If you don't think that all of these increases of the big C, or heart attacks, or strokes, or diabetes and complications of heart issues, all of that comes from food and the wrong food choices, obviously. Okay. They are what are called FTDs, food transmitted diseases. That's what it comes from. And if you don't change your ways of how you see food and how you eat it and your relationship with it, you're going to be down that road as well. And I want to provide you some comfort before I go. Less than, I'm going to say 5%, but really I believe it's less than 2% of our diseases that we get come from heredity and genetics. Okay? Most people think they're going to get what they get because of what their parents ate or what their parents ate. No, it's actually because of the same pattern that you have of whomever raised you. How do we know this? We can look at identical twin studies. Yes, identical twin studies. Just Google them. Just Google identical twin studies on food. And what those twin studies will show you is that they have some twins that were adopted at birth, and they were raised in two different households in two different states. And those kids now have the diseases of the parents that raised them. And very rarely do the two siblings have the same diseases of their parents. Very rarely. Like I said, it's less than 5%. I believe it's more than 2% or less than 2%. But isn't that comforting to know that whatever disease your family suffered from, you don't have to go that route. But if you don't change your behavior, if you don't change your thinking, you're going to go down that route. That's just plain science. That's not me trying to scare you. That's just plain science. If you don't change what you're doing, you're going to end up the same way. I'll give you another example. I have another client who, before she came to me years ago, I think maybe 15 years ago or so, she had 17 fibroids, right? 15 years later, before she came to me, and why she came to me is because her fibroid size doubled. So she got those 17 removed 15 years ago. She didn't change her behavior, start eating the same way, thinking the same way. And before she came to me, guess what? She now has 34 or 35 fibroids. Is that a shocker? No, because if you keep doing the same things are going to continue to happen. It's going to get worse, obviously. Okay? So I'm working with her on changing her mindset on how she sees food. Is it 100% food? No. But a big part of why women get fibroids, meat and dairy. Those are the top two. Okay? But it's also stress. Some genetic, I don't really want to put genetics in this, but those are the top three: meat, dairy, stress. If you keep doing the same thing, They're going to keep coming back. So you can get all the surgeries you want, but it's going to keep coming back. So surgery is not the solution. It is a temporary band-aid. And I'm going to talk about the women that, this is no judgment on anybody, because I've been there. That's part of my story is the fibroids. I have women that come to me that they are looking to get lipo and all these other BBLs and all this other kind of surgery. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But don't think that you can just have this surgery and that be it. Your body is going to go back to where it was before. If you don't, again, change your eating behavior, and if you don't start working out to keep up that BBL. It's not magic, it's just a starter. Okay? I would love to partner with more doctors who clients come in for X, Y, and Z, and then they can use me as a person of support. I'd rather work with your clients before they get the surgery or before they get whatever it is. That way they can have their mindset already changed for post-surgery, and things will be just like that. But, if it's after surgery or whatever, I'm here. But again, if you want to continue to be frustrated, keep doing this by yourself. If you want to go through this a lot quicker and reach your health goals a lot quicker, get a coach. It does not have to be me, but get someone who is reputable. And by reputable, that doesn't necessarily mean they have 1 million followers or thousands of followers. Listen, I grew one of my pages to 30,000 followers 2 years ago, and still to this day, they keep taking them away. Literally every day, the number decreases. And it's not that many people that are unfollowing me. I promise you that. Like hundreds a week? No. They control everything. All right? They control everything. That's all I'll say. I don't want to give it too much attention. But yeah, 30,000 to now under 5,000 2 years later. Like, that many people are not unfollowing me because they hate what I'm saying. I may agitate you a little bit because I'm telling you the truth. But yeah, get mad at these food commercials and marketers. That's who you should get mad at, not me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. Yeah, that has been 30 minutes, literally. I appreciate you guys. I'm so grateful for you guys being here. Hello again. If you're joining from YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 4,000, and I would love your support. Facebook, Instagram, and Schoolers. Hit the follow, whatever, send it out, share it out to your friends and your family who needs to hear this information. I'll be back tomorrow for Think Thursdays at 3, which is Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. And I don't know, let me know what you guys want to talk about. Let me know what your struggles are, okay? All right, I'll see you next time. Subscribe.